So now let's load a setup file, boxes.mass, and also make sure we load in a terrain map, river.tif. Control P to place. We notice a bunch of yellow colored agents moving across a field, slowing down when they're in the blue area, which indicates water. Now, to add a little more realism, think that probably they should get more and more tired the more time they spend in the water and maybe eventually stop out of exhaustion. So how can we record that? Well, we need to create some variables. And the way to create a variable in Massive is very easy. Just create an output node and type in anything in the channel. We will call this channel effort. And this is not a recognized Massive channel, so Massive automatically creates effort as a variable. And we're going to set this to speed. So this is output node is not reflecting the actual value of the variable, but the speed at which it is changing. So when this is positive, the actual value of the variable effort will increase, and when this is negative, it will decrease, and when this is 0, the value will stay the same. Now, to keep an actual eye on what the value of effort is, we can create an input node and type effort in here as well. And if we keep an eye on this and start changing the value of this while it's running, we can see that when this is on, effort increases, and when it's, let's make it negative. So give it a range of -1 to 1. So if this was to be negative, effort would slowly decrease, and then when we make it positive, effort would slowly increase. And if we made it 0, effort wouldn't change at all. So now this is going to be the amount of effort that the agent is spending at any given time, and this would represent the total amount of effort the agent has spent over time. So whenever the agent is in the river, it's spending effort. And now we just have to subtract that from however amount of energy the agent had to begin with. And of course they should all have different amounts of starting energy, so we'll represent that with a noise node and create an input node here. So we want them to all have different amounts of stamina between, say, 0 and 10. The noise node will give you a value of between 0 and about 1. So if we plug this noise node and connect it to the input node, in the input node we can type an expression for the source, such as input times 10. So it'll take whatever input is coming in from the noise and multiply it by 10. So if the noise is 0.6, the value here will be 6. And this is going to represent the starting amount of energy. Now from that starting amount of energy, we're going to subtract the total amount of effort that's been spent. So I'll create another input node called input, which is the starting energy, minus effort. And this will represent how much energy he has left. So we'll call it energy remaining. And we'll create another input node. And this will be percentage of energy remaining. So just like this, it will be the starting energy input minus effort spent. But we'll take this and make it a percentage of the starting energy. And we'll call this percentage of energy remaining. And we can make this visual by connecting this to a fuzz node so that as the percentage of energy remaining decreases, the agent gradually begins to turn red. So we can see that as they get more and more tired, they begin to turn red. And we also want to make it so when the total energy falls below a certain level, that they just stop. So this fuzz node represents energy falling below this level, which means that the agent's exhausted. And at that point, the agent will stop. So now let's see. They become more and more red until they turn completely red and stop. So only a few of them make it across the river before they get tired and drown. And now let's save this new agent. Box CDO. And also save the setup.